the weekly breakdown.
Hi.
We're 39.
Woohoo.
We're here to talk about a whole bunch of stuff.
A lot of stuff actually happened,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah.
For a change.
Some very interesting topics of discussion. But today we start with the passing of Malcolm Young, who is the rhythm guitarist of AC/DC, passed away. At least news broke today. Malcolm, he's been with AC/DC literally since the beginning, and it was, I think, a few years ago he exited the band because he's been suffering from dementia, so he wasn't playing with them anymore. But talk about an icon, man. I mean, Angus is the guy up front, but when it comes to like rhythm guitar players, there's very few rhythm guitar players out there that's all they do is play riffs or chords or whatever they need to do out there that I can recognize. Malcolm Young's one of them. Scott Ian's another one from Anthrax. Malcolm Young, he just stood back there, he rocked, came up, sang his background vocals, kept on rocking. He also, inspiration to a lot of people. If I'm not
mistaken, he did a lot of the songwriting too. So
he did.
Actually came up with a lot of the riffs, and it's like, oh, so it sucks. I mean, I know like his health's been kind of on a downturn for a little while. I mean, like you said, he's been suffering from dementia and had to quit touring with them.
Yeah,
but yeah.
AC/DC said in a statement, pretty nice statement here. Today is with deep, heartfelt sadness that AC/DC had to announce the passing of Malcolm Young. Malcolm, along with Angus, was the founder and creator of AC/DC. With enormous dedication and commitment, he was driving force behind the band. As a guitarist, songwriter, and visionary, he was a perfectionist and a unique man. He always stuck to his guns and said exactly what he wanted. He took great pride in all that he endeavored. His loyalty to the fans was unsurpassed. Very nice statement there. Rest in peace.
How many original members are still left? It's Angus.
Just Angus.
It's bassist, maybe. Bassist still.
I need to check that.
Because I know Brian Johnson.
Right.
Can't tour anymore. No, their drummer. But he was arrested a while back.
Right.
For trying to get his wife killed.
Pulling the Timmy Lamb pieces.
So yeah, I mean maybe it's the Angus and the bassist. I mean at this point I would say it's probably. I mean some people would argue it's been time for a while, but I think it's about time for them to kind of not throw in the towel because that sounds like a give it up kind of thing, but for them to pack it in. I think it's getting there. I mean they've had a 50-year career at this point. So, I think it's getting there. Especially if it's just like Angus.
Right. I'm looking here. Cliff Williams was the guy that was with them for a while, but he retired from the band after their recent world tour.
Okay, so it is just. I mean, at that point, yeah, if it's
pretty much just Angus.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, I'd say it's probably.
They ended up getting Steve Young to replace Malcolm on their most recent tour and all that. So, and then of course they had to get Axl Rose to replace Brian Johnson. I think it is time for AC/DC to hang it up. Like, I get it. There's money to be made. There's fans that still want to see them, especially a lot of young fans.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen them, so I would love to see them at some point.
I get that, but at the same time, you have nothing left to prove in this industry anymore.
No,
your legacy will live on for an eternity, and even if you're not making new music or touring, there's still going to be just generation after generation of kids that's going to pick up a guitar, and the first thing they're going to learn how to play is Back in Black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do think it's time, but it's definitely very sad Malcolm Young passed away, for sure. But at the same time, you could say, now he's not suffering from dementia anymore. He'd be in a better place. So rest in peace, Malcolm Young. Influence absolutely felt, even on me. I mean, AC/DC, the first tabs, you know, when you learn to play guitar, you learn how to read tabs. AC/DC was the first thing I ever learned. You know, riff-wise and all kinds of stuff. So, there we go. Might as well just stick with music for right now with the other big music topic for the week. It is also kind of in sad news a little bit. And that's that Vans Warped Tour is going to be calling it quits next year after 24 years of doing this tour. Next year will be their final year. Vans Warped Tour, you know...
Yeah, what?
What are you doing, bro?
Nothing.
Warped Tour's been around for a long time. I went to 2011, 2012. 1 year was fucking amazing. The next year was like the hottest day of the year. It was so unbearably hot. And so we were there all day, and it was like, oh my god, like fucking... oh, it was terrible. I mean, the music was good, but it was just so hot. But Warped Tour, you know, it's not what it used to be, certainly when it started, but Warped Tour helped jumpstart so many bands' careers.
Yeah.
So many bands. Like Eminem was on Warped Tour. Avenged Sevenfold was on Warped Tour. You know, there's just so many bands that, you know, Warped Tour was like their first big chance. And, you know, it was like, hey, you hear about these guys on Warped Tour? Let's go check them out. Because that's what Warped Tour is. There's just a shitload of bands. There's fucking 7, 8, 9 stages, and you just go from stage to stage. You might not even watch the whole set, but it's like, you know, hey, this band's really grabbed me. I'm going to go check them out. Then I want to go check that band out over there because I've never seen them live, but I've heard good things about them. I'm going to check them out. And, you know, it's just a massive thing for exposure for a lot of up-and-coming bands. So it's a shame that they're going to be calling it quits. And also, you know, there's really no touring festivals around the United States anymore. Mayhem called it quits, what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Something like that.
And Warped Tour, that was it. And this past year on Warped Tour, I mean, they had a lot of metal bands on there. A lot of similar bands, but still bands that could draw. I mean, they had Hatebreed, Casey Strain, Amira After the Burial, Municipal Waste, Ailstorm. Like, there was a lot of fucking bands on here. Valiant Thor, you know, so they went a little bit more metal, but this year's attendance was definitely down, apparently. So, they have a few things. This Kevin Lyman, who is the founder of Warped Tour, and also, I mean, he founded Uproar Festival and Mayhem Festival as well. He's the guy.
He's the guy that does tours.
He says he blames the big dip in attendance in the lack of 14 to 17-year-old kids as the overall reasons why the tour won't be moving forward beyond this year. He said, we were doing fine, but we had a pretty big dip this past year. It was the younger end of the demographic. It was an interesting tour. The bands didn't feel the dip because the fans that were there were super engaged. They were basically... I talked to people after the tour, and the bands did great on merchandise. They had great crowds. But the casual fan that's learning how to go to a music festival, they were not there this past summer. It was a really great show. Sponsors were happy, but attendance was down. And here's what I thought is interesting. This just goes with the whole music industry in a way. He says, you can talk to people across the country and they say, yeah, my kids don't want to go out anymore. They just stay in their room. They want to stay in their room and watch Netflix all day. So I think as an industry, we're going to be facing some big challenges. And then some people go, well, kids are into hip-hop right now. And I go, well, the younger end of that is not going to shows. But if we don't get kids out of their rooms and going to shows, they'll turn into 18 to 21-year-olds soon. If you don't have the DNA of going to concerts by then, it's just not going to be part of your lifestyle. It's a pretty true statement.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Because apparently, you know, I even feel this at times now. It's just like, I don't really feel like fucking going anywhere today. I just want to stay home.
Yeah.
The older you get, the less you're going to want to
do things.
Do that sort of shit. But fucking 5 years ago, it was like, dude, I wish I could go to a concert every day.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So, I mean, there's definitely, he makes some great points. You know, Warped Tour, that's the crowd that they're going for the most part, like especially as of late, is the younger audience. And if those kids aren't showing up, and I also think, you know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. The whole shootings and all that stuff could maybe play a part into it. People might not want to go out as much. And that, I'm not saying it does, but, you know,
it seems like these kind of things happen all the time.
It has to cross people's minds at times, you know?
Yeah, especially now that, like, one of the major ones happens at a concert.
Right.
So it's like...
I mean, two of them now. There was the Vegas shooting, and then that France a few years ago. That was that show as well. You know, so I mean that's an unfortunate thing, but it, you know, he also makes a great point about kids just wanting to stay home and watch Netflix all day, and play video games. You know,
yeah,
it's just how kids are growing up now. You know, they're not going out as much, they're not interacting with people as much, they're not playing outside as much. You know, it's just. Yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the music industry moves forward with that sort of stuff.
I don't think this kind of thing will ever die. I think it'll always be a part of it, and I don't think it's ever gonna. Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna disappear, and I think it'll still do its thing. But yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, bands since most bands make most of their money from touring, it's just going to be a tough thing maybe for a little while.
Right. I think what will happen, you know, I could see Warped Tour happening in 2019, but not being a tour. It being a one day, maybe a weekend destination sort of event. But if we're just going to have it here, maybe the next year they have it in a different spot. They just book a shitload of bands, and it's just a 2-day event or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be really cool.
That could be neat. And you do see those sort of festivals across the United States a lot, but festivals just don't tour. They don't tour. You know, that's extremely hard to do in the United States. And, I mean, I just can't imagine the amount of money that it costs to have a touring festival of this size, you know?
Yeah.
But also, you know, even with the festivals, they draw a lot of people, but it's not in North America's DNA like it is over in Europe.
Oh, yeah, Europe.
You know, in Europe, you could have fucking Download Festival and Wacken and Hellfest, and there's fucking 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people at these festivals just for metal.
Yeah.
In rock, you know? That does not happen over here.
Other things are like Rock AM Ring or anything like that.
Just these massive crowds, and that's more in their culture.
Also, just like, I mean, even like South America, like Rock in Rio.
Yeah.
Another example. That's a huge festival.
Exactly. And that's why you see a lot of bands during the summer, they go to Europe because they can make a lot more money over there playing those festivals and selling merch over there than they will over here. I mean, I was listening to the Josta show, Jamie Josta, singer Hatebreed, and he did a ton of podcasts with a ton of bands while on Warped Tour. And he said that they were offered so much money to go to Europe this summer, but instead they felt like, you know, hey, let's do the United States. We haven't done this in a long time. That was the first time they've played Warped Tour since 1999. You know? And they said they did fine, but they could have made so much more money over there. You know? It's just a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure, especially in the music industry where it's just hard to make money, period.
Yeah.
You know, if you're offered this much money to go over here for the summer or this much money to play in the United States, you know, I don't know.
No, we know what decision a lot of bands make.
Yeah.
Just go overseas.
Exactly. So, rest in peace, Warped Tour as well. Will be missed. We'll see who they get for their final tour. Hopefully they can go all out. Get a lot of good shit. Also, I'm not going to get into it too. I don't want to get into it too much until maybe there's substantial stuff. But there was a lot of people in the metal world accused of sexual misconduct as has been going on. The most notable is Eddie Hermida, the singer of Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
Some chick went on Twitter with a huge fucking thing, all kinds of stuff. But there was members of We Came as Romans, Pierce the Veil, Johnny Craig, which he's kind of a shitbag anyway, and Inanimate Existence.
Yeah.
They got kicked off their tour with the face and stuff. Just don't be a fucking asshole.
I want to talk.
The only thing I want to say about this is I hope, when, it's great that people and women that have been treated unfairly in that sort of way are speaking out. It's awesome. Let's hope that for future generations of
we just don't
people that we're just better people.
I think our generation in general is a lot.
Yeah. Like, hopefully all those dick bags in the future, it won't happen anymore. Because people will see, if I get accused of this, my career is done.
Oh, yeah. Because, it's, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't even.
Even though it shouldn't be a controversial thing to talk about and to say, this is bad. But somehow it fucking is.
Right.
So, no. I'm good.
Right.
Instead...
Moving on to even some more cheery news.
To other controversy.
Star Wars Battlefront II, if you've been following video games, that's like the hot topic now of microtransactions and loot boxes. This is like the number
This is ground
one,
zero right now in the gaming world.
And this is the number one motherfucker when it comes to loot boxes, Like Shadow of War was like, I really don't like this, nor does this game need it, but this game is like, fuck off with this stuff. This is like kind of the breaking point, I feel, for a lot of people who play video games. And so Star Wars Battlefront 2 was going to have microtransactions, and the game went live in their EA Access. Basically their early access program. You could play the game early on Xbox or PC, and people started to discover how ridiculously grindy this game is and how gross it feels, and how much money, even if you put in a lot of money into it, you're not going to get really anything.
Like the numbers are fucking sickening. Like,
oh yeah.
Before, because did we talk about it last week? How they dropped down the price for the heroes?
No.
Well, they dropped down the price for all the heroes, for everything, by 75%. So before that, it was 60,000 credits, and I'm getting most of my information from a video I saw on What Culture and a couple others. In the Know is where I got a lot of news. It was basically buying loot boxes. GameSpot found it would probably be $250 to unlock one. Mm-hmm. Not both, just either Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader.
And to me, that's just super gross with those characters specifically, because those are the two most popular and important characters in Star Wars. Yeah. Of course, people are going to want them.
Yeah.
And there's the argument being made that people dropped off of Battlefront 1 so quick, so they made it this way, so people wouldn't drop off. But it's
no,
that's not a great argument.
You're going to make people oh, okay, fine, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, because you're pissing people off because they feel so obligated because your progression system is fucking trash.
Yeah, because it's what? In order to unlock everything, you either have to spend $2,000 or 4,000 hours of gameplay, and
it's crazy. So,
and it's other things are stupid. I heard, I don't know if this is true or if I can verify it, but if it's true, this sucks. You play heroes versus villains. If you're the heroes you have bought, because you have to buy all of them. If they're not available, if other people are playing them, you just straight up can't play. You either just have to literally sit there and watch. You have to leave the lobby. There's not here there's only one spot here. You can play as this hero for this game. It's nope, you don't have it. You can't.
See, at that point, I would rather have their stupid fucking token system.
Yeah.
From the first game, which I thought was terrible. But that's way more fair.
Yeah.
Than this shit. But anyways, in a crazy literally last minute. Like, it was like Thursday night.
It was like 10 o'clock.
Launch. EA is pulling all in-game transactions. They said, we're turning off all in-game purchases. We will now spend more time listening, adjusting, balancing, and tuning. This means that the option to purchase crystals in the game is now offline and all progression will be earned through gameplay. The ability to purchase crystals in game will become available at a later date only after we've made changes to the game. We'll share more details as we work through this. We've heard that this is overshadowing an otherwise great game. Subjective. This was never our intention. We're sorry we didn't get this right. There's just a lot going on.
There's a lot of shit that you gotta sift through to get to the real answer in there.
Right. And look, it's good that they took them offline.
But they shouldn't have done that.
But it shouldn't be like this in the first place, right?
And it's like, how do you fix this? How do you fix your entire progression system relying on chance? You can't fix that. Like it's stuck. Unless, like, they do something where either you get, like, a fuck ton more credits, or you just get more shit out of loot boxes. Or there's just, like, I don't, unless they just make ways to make loot boxes, like, super fucking common. Like you get one, like, every fucking game or something, like,
yeah.
There's no way to fix this. It really isn't. Like,
yeah, it's just going to take an incredibly... Like, they have to basically rework everything.
Like, you have to literally just take apart and restructure the entire infrastructure of your multiplayer.
Yeah,
and it's like...
And also, the amount of credits you get per match is not based off of skill. So, I could rip shit, and you could have a bad match.
And more likely than not true.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But we'll still get the same amount of credits. And that's just not fair, in my opinion. You know, like
I can get like getting like a little bit, but it's like you can literally not play and get as many credits as somebody who does play, and it's like it's a fucked situation. It's super surprising too that it was Disney who put their foot down and they're like, fix this fucking shit.
Yeah. So apparently another reason why they took it offline is that Disney was sent Disney head of consumer products and interactive media, Jimmy Pitaro, sent a letter to EA outlining Disney and Chief Executive Officer Bob Iger's concerns with the way EA was handling the game and the public perception of it. As mainstream media outlets began conflating the Star Wars license with a gambling and outrage, it seems Disney began to take issue with Battlefront II being in the news for this reason. And also probably The Last Jedi's coming out. They don't want bad
Star Wars news.
PR around Star Wars.
It's just like, yeah.
And if Disney signed an exclusive deal with you,
you gotta be looking like...
and then they are like, what the fuck are you doing? Sort of thing. You know that's bad. And this game was built entirely on greed.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have Activision out there with Destiny and Call of Duty, and it's very obvious they're a greedy company. They're in it to make money, but they're not as in your face about it. It's still not good. It's still not acceptable to me. But they're not as awful and slimy about it. Same with Warner Brothers. Same with Take-Two. You know, but this game was built 100% on greed and just sucking money out of you.
Because, like, when you think about it, like, what? The campaign's, like, only, like, 6 hours long.
Yeah, 5 or 6, I think.
5 or 6, so it's like, you literally put just enough effort into making a story so that you could be like, there's a single player. Hey, guys, we did it. We listened. And then it's like, well, let's fucking milk you dry with the...
Exactly.
And it's like, this stuff... And your whole thing about, we don't hate single player games. We just want you're not sounding good with this. Like this is like they say actions speak louder than words. This speaks a lot louder than you saying, you know, that.
It's just very obvious to me with this that EA is not in the game anymore to make quality games. They're in it to completely make money. and they see with loot boxes and microtransactions how much money you can make, and that's what they wanted. You know, they made a like free-to-play game, and they're selling it to you for $60 and then milking this shit out.
Like, why not? Like, that's the thing. Why not make it just a? I mean, that would be an interesting concept, like a Star Wars like Battlefront, free to play, and then it's like, hey, loot boxes, and you know what? I'd be like, all right.
Might be a little bit more acceptable.
It's like, yeah, I mean, still maybe not the greatest thing, because even free. I mean, the free to play games are already. I'm a little meh on them sometimes anyway with that kind of stuff, but still, it's like, yeah. But charge you $60 and then be like, yeah, you got to sink a lot more money, or time. Basically, you can't play anything else ever with this game.
It's just, it's just very abusive, and it's crazy. It's like, hey, we have Star Wars, they're going to buy it regardless, sort of thing.
No.
It's like,
no, you heard? Nobody
ridiculous.
wants your game. They probably thought that until they got the most downvoted comment in Reddit history. No, because then they tried to have an AMA. Probably after the AMA.
Yeah. This has just been a complete PR disaster for EA. It just doesn't between this, Need for Speed's apparently really bad, and it has loot boxes in it. Unsurprisingly, and it's apparently fucking really bad in that game too. They shut down Visceral Games and canceled that Star Wars game. They buy Respawn, which nobody wanted to happen, especially from EA. They need to go away for a little while.
They're earning that fucking worst company in America.
Yes, and they've had an absolutely awful month, and they just need to go the fuck away. Because they are way too much in the public spotlight for just shit thing after shit thing.
I'm tired of talking about EA and how shitty of a company they are. I am. I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. I was looking forward to Battlefront 2. I'm not going to pick it up until they fix a lot of stuff and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Then I'll pick it up and I'll fun with it.
Yeah, like Christmas at the earliest.
Right. And I mean, another thing that I read is that people who played arcade mode and just wanted to play against AI,
they lock you out after 5.
Yeah, they capped the credits on
like a free to play game. It's like,
and it's like, and the reason they said that is because of they didn't want people to basically farm credits in that. Here's the thing. There's two things here. One, you're allowing people to buy, well, at least at the time, loot boxes so they could just get ahead anyway. What fucking balance is that?
Yeah.
That is not balanced. Two, if people wanted to play against AI, they very obviously do not want to play online. So what does it fucking matter to you?
Yeah.
It's just, it sucks, man. It sucks that there was a game before all this started to come out of man, we're adding prequel stuff, new trilogy stuff. I mean, spanning all Star Wars. We're adding a campaign.
No expansion pass.
Tweaking some multiplayer. Yeah, no season pass. Everything's going to be free. It's like, wow. They're doing everything right with this game that they did not get right the first time.
And the fucking beta came out. And then it just went...
And they could have just made money.
It's a shit.
It's Star Wars.
It's like,
It sucks.
Hopefully this is like with that whole Activision thing, the microtransaction matchmaking system. Hopefully this is like a big warning flag to don't do that. I want to be optimistic and say that this is gonna that people will take notice and that this is gonna be a thing, and and that this won't ever happen again. But I can't help but be cynical and be like, it's gonna happen again at some point. I hope that people will just notice and be like, you know what? Maybe and that's the thing. I've never knocked the idea of loot boxes because I get it. But most of the companies who tout that excuse of, well, we want to make the game accessible to the player who doesn't have the time, doesn't have the amount of time as other people do to put in, and it's but the only people who actually tout that fucking excuse are the people like EA who are abusing it.
Then if people don't have the time to play your game, then your game isn't worth playing. Because even if it's over a long period of time, people will want to play your game.
Yeah.
If it's good. That's just a stupid fucking excuse to me, you know? Like, come on. It's just, it sucks because you know every high-up executive at these major third-party publishers, this is what they wanted, was Star Wars Battlefront 2. They wanted Star Wars Battlefront 2 to succeed in its original form in every way. Because they can make way more money that way.
Yeah.
And now they're probably like, shit.
We can't do that.
We gotta rethink. It's like, it's unfortunate because I feel like it'll be a slow crawl back to this, to where they want it to be, sort of thing. Let's hope not. But it's almost like Microsoft with the Xbox One wanting to go pretty much all digital. You know, it's like, yeah, that's the future, but you can't make the leap. You got to take the baby steps there.
Yeah.
You know, I think, all digital could be a good thing in the future. Who knows? Internet's got to get better around here, at least in our parts, for sure, because I'm not downloading the 150 gigabytes over the internet.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. But, microtransactions, I don't want to take those baby steps to get there. Nobody does.
Yeah.
But you can't make this fucking quantum leap, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a win. Let's hope they fix the game in a good way. But it seems like it's going to take a lot of fixing.
This game's dead in the water. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
I don't care if they fix it. Battlefront 2 is never going to recover from this. It's never going to, from this bad image that it has. People are always going to sit there and remember, and they're going to sit there, and EA's going to be like, look, we fixed it. There's no more loot boxes. But then they're going to be like, yeah, but what are you doing now to try to get my money?
Yeah, they're going to do that, and they're also going to say, well, the game's not that good anyways.
Yeah.
Even if you take that stuff out, people aren't really digging it that much.
Yeah. Disney, and also, just a quick side note before we can move on to the next thing. Disney stepping in and being like, look, fix this fucking shit, and that it's been reported, and I think verified that this is what happened, makes me a little bit more accepting of the possible idea that Kingdom Hearts 3 is next year. Because that's one of the rumors that, they stepped in and they're like, look, your game's been in development for 5 years. Put it the fuck out. So,
yeah, maybe. We'll see. See where it goes moving forward. Let's talk something a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more fun. The best-selling games of October. It's always a fun time.
Oh, fuck. I asked that and I'm like, right.
Yeah.
October, the month when everything came out.
So the best-selling console is the Nintendo Switch.
Number 2 is the SNES.
Yep. Total game sales amounted to 474 million in October, which is down 20% from last year.
What came out last year? Last year was
Battlefield 1 is the game from last year that really kicked it up, which makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. That does make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some interesting stuff. Anyways, this has top 20 games actually.
Oh fuck!
So we're not going to guess 20 games.
No, that's not 220.
I'll get you down to 10.
I was gonna give me down to 10, and then that way I don't.
Because this will eliminate some games. Number 20, Rainbow Six Siege. 19, NHL 18. 18, Ghost Recon Wildlands. 17, Fire Emblem Warriors. 16, Mario Kart 8. 15, Breath of the Wild. This one kind of makes me sad, I'll be honest with you. I know it was only out for a few days, but 14, Wolfenstein 2.
Oof. I was actually going to put that up there higher.
13, The Evil Within 2. 12, GTA 5. Wow, not in the top 10. 11, Gran Turismo Sport. Number 10.
Minecraft.
Not on this list.
Fuck. Madden.
It's on here somewhere.
It's on here somewhere? Okay.
Number 10, Forza Motorsport 7.
Oh, yeah, right.
Number 9.
NBA.
Nope, it's on here though.
FIFA.
Nope.
Madden? I was going to go through all the sports games really quick, because I know what 1 and 2 are probably going to be.
No, it's Destiny 2.
Yeah, okay.
Great.
Shadow of War.
No.
Is it on the list?
Yeah.
Okay. Came out September. South Park. No, it didn't come out until November.
So that's on the list then.
Oh, shit.
Number 8 is Madden.
Fuck.
Number 7.
FIFA.
No.
NBA.
WWE 2K18.
Fuck.
Number 6.
South Park.
No.
FIFA.
Yes.
There we go.
FIFA 18. Number 5.
Shadow of War.
No.
South Park.
No.
Fuck.
NBA.
NBA. Damn it.
Number 4.
Mario?
No.
Okay, that's probably up higher. South Park.
Yes. South Park Fractured But Whole, number 4. That's pretty crazy. Number 3.
Is this Shadow of War?
No.
Is it Mario?
Yes.
Okay.
Super Mario
I figured
Odyssey.
Mario would be.
Apparently,
I figured it wouldn't be at number 1 because it's an exclusive, and exclusives never sell super well.
Apparently, according to Nintendo, it is actually the best-selling game of the month. But NPD
only counts physical, right?
It counts digital, but Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Blizzard, Bethesda do not opt in to have NPD track their digital sales.
Oh.
So, therefore, just physical, Super Mario Odyssey is number 3. So, number 2.
Shadow of War.
No.
Really? It's Assassin's Creed then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Assassin's Creed Origins number 2, number 1, Shadow of War. So microtransaction drama did not affect this game. Will it affect Battlefront 2? Who knows?
Who knows, right?
We'll see.
You're funny. But Shadow of War number 1 over Assassin. Wow.
Yeah, I mean Assassin's Creed, Mario, and Wolfenstein, they were only out for what, 4 or 5 days in October, but
I figured Assassin's Creed's like one of the biggest games. All right.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
And here's a sad thing for Wolfenstein 2. It's not even in the top 10 best-selling games of October for the Xbox One or PS4. Just those consoles. Like, that sucks.
It'll bounce back once it comes out for the Switch.
Let's hope. I mean, people buy games on the Switch, so who knows.
Yeah.
But, really interesting list. Top 10 best-selling games of 2017 so far. Number 10's Mario Kart 8.
Mm-hmm.
9's Injustice 2. 8,
Oh.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
7, For Honor.
Okay.
6, Grand Theft Auto 5. 5, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 4, Madden 18. 3, Ghost Recon Wildlands. 2, NBA 2K18. Number 1, Destiny 2.
Destiny 2's number 1. Wow.
And the best-selling games over a 12-month period, so I guess dating back to October of last year, Destiny 2 is number 2.
Mm-hmm. Number 1's probably
Call of Duty.
it's got to be Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, you have still at number 10 over that span is Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, wow.
That's
pretty
surprising.
good.
And then it's just a bunch of games that we've talked about. So, interesting month for sure. We'll see where November.
November's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see where Skyrim sits.
I'm curious where Skyrim sits. I'm curious what's going to be the best-selling console if,
Black Friday? I feel like it's still going to be a Switch.
I feel like it'll be a Switch, but I'm curious to see how the Xbox One X does.
Yeah, that one too. I forgot that came out. It came out with so little fanfare. Like, I feel like it just
kind of quietly happened, but I think there's a large silent majority that really likes that console.
Apparently, like if you, well, at least when some of the people who Microsoft sent console, you get a fuck ton of games with it. People got like 30 games for it.
Yeah,
it was like ridiculous.
Press.
Yeah, they got like they got the press. It's like 30 games. Like, holy fuck.
Sam got an Xbox. His name is very interesting. I won't say it here because I'm not sure he would want it, but it is very hilarious. Very Sam. Yeah. I've been playing a lot on my Xbox recently, trying to get to that 100K. I'm sitting not too far from 90,000 achievements score.
I've been on there a lot, mostly because I don't know. I got addicted to South Park a little bit, so I'm playing that a good bit.
That game's fun.
It is. I just finished the second day. And I went back really quick and I did the save thing and I got the 2 achievements for either fighting Carmen or fighting Kyle.
I guess. Yeah, you could have done that with a save. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, that's what I did, and then I have to go to Canada so I can get AIDS, so I can beat the game.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, Canada's good. What'd you think of the aliens? That was ridiculous.
That's a fucking trip. So the whole thing with the underpants now.
Yeah, that was funny too. Have you been down in sewers?
Yeah. I rescued all of Mr. Hankey's children.
All the turds.
I couldn't figure out how to crack open the one rock so I can go fight the crab people. There's a rock that glows green with a green crack in it instead of an orange one. Let's remember because I want to fight the crab people.
Yeah.
Because they're taunting me with their stupid fucking.
There's another moment later in the game, that I really want to talk to you about.
Like, here's the thing. I've seen an entire playthrough of the game, so I know what happens. Like, I know about going inside a gay dude's asshole.
And fetus.
Yeah.
You fight a fetus.
And you fight a fetus, and you fight Chef. You fight Nazi zombie Chef.
Yeah. So far, I'm only like 4 or 5 hours into South Park. Fractured But Whole. I haven't played it in a while. It's a fun game. It's still funny, but it is not Stick of Truth. The Stick of Truth is just so ridiculous that I loved it. So far, the Fractured But Whole isn't that, but still, it brings me joy.
You get to give a lap dance to a dude.
Yeah.
And you get to fart on his balls, which you're not supposed to do. Don't ever fart on somebody's balls.
Yeah.
I picked the Jew class. Like, I have to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I have a circumcised ability.
There you go. I was a mage. The mage just fucking dominates. That's one thing I like about Fractured But Whole. It's a little bit
More open, so I hear.
deeper with that sort of stuff. Which I like.
I was hearing it's a bit more open. Like, you can kind of just use whatever powers a lot of times, like the farther you get. Whereas, like, I'm stuck on my Jew powers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the fucking sentence.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I can't believe they did, and it's like, if you want to play in the hardest difficulty, you're black. It's like, God, only South Park can get away with that right there. It's like, damn. Like, there's an achievement for finishing the game as like a black character on the highest difficulty, and it's called the token experience.
Yeah, because
like, wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought this would be fun. We're not going to go through every topic, but the Game Awards is happening December 7th, and they announced all of their nominees, so we can go through some of them here. Let's just start off with the big one. Game of the Year. Nominees. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Persona 5. Horizon Zero Dawn. PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Which, that's an interesting topic of conversation, because that game's technically not out yet.
Because the game's technically not out yet, and the developer's like, game's not out yet. I don't think we deserve it. PlayerUnknown came out and said that. I'm like, are they wrong?
Be out this year? Who knows?
And it's like, maybe they're not technically wrong. I mean, I still maybe go at this point Mario, but maybe that's just because Mario is super fresh in my brain.
It's Mario or Zelda to me. The one thing, I'll be fully honest with you, I would replace Horizon with Wolfenstein 2. It sucks that that game's not nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. I'm not going to say we'll have our own Game of the Year thing here. But some of these things are very interesting. Whatever this means. Best Game Direction, Wolfenstein 2, Resident Evil 7, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Sure.
I guess it's like a game direction, like best like idea.
Yeah, I guess. Best Narrative, What Remains of Edith Finch, Nier Automata, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Wolfenstein 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn. That's a tricky one for me between Wolfenstein 2 and Hellblade. These games are phenomenal.
I gotta play Hellblade. Because all I heard was nothing but good things from you and Sam. So
this is a tough category in my opinion. Best Art Direction, Destiny 2, Cuphead, Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Damn! To me, Cuphead. But still, I mean...
What else was on there? Was it Mario on there?
Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, that's really good art. Horizon Zero Dawn's fucking most beautiful game I've ever played.
I'd probably go Cuphead then.
I probably wouldn't go Destiny 2 because...
If Mario was on there, I'd maybe go Mario.
Maybe. Because Mario has some weird shit.
I'll go Cuphead.
Best Score / Music, Destiny 2, Cuphead, Nier Automata, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Persona 5. This one's tough too because Destiny 2's soundtrack is way better than the first one in my opinion.
Yeah.
Cuphead soundtrack is amazing.
It's incredible.
Mario Odyssey is really good.
Yeah.
The music in the forest world, I forget what it's called, Wood Kingdom, and Bowser's Castle. Like, damn, that's cool. Breath of the Wild doesn't stand out to me with the soundtrack like the others.
It does a little bit. Because, like, I mean...
it's different.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Best performance. You got Melina Jurgens, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Laura Bailey, Uncharted The Lost Legacy as Nadine. Claudia Black, The Lost Legacy as Chloe.
There we go.
Brian Bloom, Wolfenstein 2 as BJ Blazkowicz. And Ashley Birch, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I'd probably go Claudia for Chloe.
Claudia's really good. Melina from Hellblade is really good too. Let's see here. This is a new category. Best ongoing game. Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, GTA Online, Destiny 2, and PUBG. To me, I think I would go Rainbow Six Siege on this one because of the turnout they've had.
It's either Rainbow Six or Overwatch, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Because Overwatch, especially after playing last week, I've been like,
yeah,
I want to fucking play this game. Playing this game for fun. I forgot what it's like to play Overwatch just for fun.
Yeah.
Now I just want to play it. Also, I'm like level 70, and I can already see the next like prestige up in sight. So I'm like, I want to fucking get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Best handheld game: Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, Monster Hunter Stories, Metroid: Samus Returns, Ever Oasis, and Fire Emblem Echoes. Good for Nintendo. They're winning in this category no matter what.
No matter what. Also, good thing fucking Pokemon's not on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do I give it to? Then again, I haven't played
probably
too many.
Metroid.
Yeah, because I haven't played too many handheld games this year.
Yeah.
I want to play Metroid. I want to play Mario and Luigi since that came out in October.
Yeah. This is something that's really fucking stupid that they need to fix. They have a best action game and then best action adventure game. Yeah.
Action adventures is a genre. Action's just like.
I mean, I know they're a separate thing technically, but it's like,
Are the games very similar in the
Well, best action game, you have Prey, Neo, Destiny 2, Cuphead, and Wolfenstein 2. Best action adventure game, you have Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, Assassin's Creed Origins, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Mario Odyssey's action adventure.
There's a better way to describe that second group.
Best role-playing game: South Park: The Fractured But Whole, Final Fantasy 15, Divinity: Original Sin 2, Nier Automata, and Persona 5. There's a cutoff point, which is November something first or something like that. So that's why Final Fantasy 15 can still be nominated. Kind of like the Grammys or
yeah. I need to that's another game I gotta do stuff in.
Let's see. I'm gonna skip a few of these. Best multiplayer: Fortnite, Call of Duty World War II, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Destiny 2, and PUBG. How interesting that PUBG and Fortnite going up against each other. To me, you toss Mario Kart 8 Deluxe out because it's the same game, literally, besides the battle mode. But
maybe that's what
Call of Duty World War II, I don't think deserves it. Splatoon 2's a little bit too much like Splatoon 1. Destiny 2 did change its multiplayer a lot. To me, it's going to come down to Fortnite and PUBG, probably
PUBG. Most
anticipated game: The Last of Us Part 2, Red Dead 2, Monster Hunter World, Spider-Man, and God of War.
It's a Sony fucking thing, because who knows when... Well, that's because Xbox doesn't have any games, but...
Right. Best indie game: Pyre, Night in the Woods, Cuphead, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Hellblade.
Cuphead. Well, maybe Cuphead or Hellblade.
Yeah.
Then again, I can't talk about Hellblade, so my vote would be Cuphead.
Mm-hmm.
At least at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other categories. There's the best Chinese game this year, because I guess they're sponsoring it somehow, Tencent or something like that. The only other one here, Trending Gamer. I don't know a lot of these people, though. Steven Spawn from Able Gamers, which they make gaming like accessible to people that have disabilities, which is pretty cool. Mike Grzysiak from Shroud. Okay. Guy Beam, Dr. Disrespect. Clint Lexa from Half Coordinated, and Andrea Renee. What's Good Games?
Oh, okay. I know her.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it.
Yeah. Don't know the other.
Don't know anyone else.
We'll see. December 7th.
Jeff Ramsey from Achievement Hunter, Trending Gamer. He can just be sober.
Greg Miller again.
Greg Miller.
Jeff Gersh.
Boogie again. Make it Boogie again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, Jeff Keighley. There you go.
Yeah, why not? I'm excited for the Game Awards. You know, it's hit or miss, but I think since they've rebranded as the Game Awards, it's been a lot better. And video games need a night to celebrate, like music and movies and TV does. So we'll see. Hopefully, there's not a shitload of like advertisements and stuff like usual.
No, there will be.
Yeah,
don't you worry.
Gotta wait for those hot exclusive.
Wait for the hot exclusives that is usually a weird live performance by a band. And then
will Hideo Kojima make it? No. Will Jeff Keighley cream on Hideo Kojima's face, pretty much?
That's
well, actually, he just kind of like creams on his stomach while looking at Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. I don't think Hideo Kojima would be there.
Will Death Stranding be there?
You know what? Maybe. I feel like
first gameplay of Death Stranding?
No.
I don't know.
The game's still like 5 years out. Probably. What are you talking about? It's Kojima. He doesn't make games. He doesn't make games. He's like Nomura.
Yeah.
He don't make games.
Well, I mean, he's put out more games recently than Nomura has.
You have a point.
Yeah. I mean, he did put out Metal Gear 5 to...
He puts out games sometimes. Just that they're not big games.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 10 Kingdom Hearts games that came out between now and 2004.
Yeah. Wonderful. I guess the only things, there's a few trailers.
Trailers that came out.
There was a nice Deadpool 2 trailer teaser. They didn't really show much of like the actual movie.
It was like 10 seconds of the actual movie.
But just go watch this, period. It's Deadpool, you know, painting some shit and just saying goofy shit like
it's a nice Bob Ross tribute. God, I love cocaine.
Yeah.
So much. Holy fuck, Knuckles, I'm high as a cat right now.
Yeah, it's Deadpool. Hugs, not drugs. It's great. I'm just stoked for that movie, man.
There's a couple of people I was a little bit surprised. I'm surprised Vanessa, his lady friend. I didn't think she'd be in the sequel, but I guess she is. Because she's in there for like 2 seconds. Like all your favorite characters. That random cab driver, yeah, he's in the movie. They brought him back.
Yay.
And what's his face? Negasonic Teenage Warhead looks fucking awesome with her fucking hair and her new outfit. Yeah.
Got a Incredibles 2 teaser, which cool. I'm looking forward to the Incredibles. It's just been way too long since the first one. I just can't believe it's taken them this long to do a sequel to it. Yeah. But you know, it's goofy. There's a baby. She has powers. He has powers.
Yeah, Jack's got powers. He's got a bunch of powers.
Yeah.
Summer 2018, which we already knew. They already told us that much. And then there was Rampage that came out.
Oh boy, Jesus!
Movie looks like a dumb fun time though. There's The Rock being friends with a gorilla and yelling "George" is the best part.
And there's a monkey that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and
bigger. And there's a giant wolf, and it's like, oh, I was gonna say the only thing we were missing was a giant crocodile.
Yeah. In Negan's movie.
He plays Negan.
Pretty much.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe that might be how Jeffrey Dean Morgan talks. It might be. Which maybe it's just, you know, but he's just like, science experiments falling out of the sky. Didn't you hear about the 30-foot wolf?
I look at The Rock, though, and I'm like, dude, do you ever sleep?
He does.
Like, dude, he did Fast and Furious 8.
Yeah.
He did Rampage, Jumanji, in the 3rd season of Ballers. I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ. It's just like fucking making shit left and right. I'm not saying any of it's amazing, but
Maybe only Fate of the Furious. And Ballers, I guess, is really good. So he's like 50%.
Yeah. I have to say, though, while we were watching Justice League, that Jumanji trailer, like, I think that movie looks like hot trash, but it might be hot trash that could be very fun to watch.
That might be a good, like...
That trailer, like, the way it ends with Kevin Hart, like, exploding, everybody in the theater was like, what the fuck? What did we just watch?
Let's drink and go watch that movie.
I think
that's a good drink and watch a movie.
I really think we should. That would be great. Yeah, I mean, both Jumanji and Rampage look not great, but they look like they could be fun. Because when you think about Rampage, you know, obviously it's based off of the game. You're playing the game, you're just like a fucking gorilla just beating the shit out of buildings and towers and stuff. Like, how do you make that a movie? Well, I guess they found out a really corny way to make it a movie. Why not?
Shit falling out of the sky. George.
Yeah, exactly.
George.
I mean, we just saw Justice League. There's a review of that. We did see Murder on the Orient Express, which is
which is a sleeper. Like, might be in my top 5 movies of the year.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
Just incredible acting from everybody in that movie.
Josh Gad surprised me probably the most out of everyone in that. Probably. I mean, Kenneth Branagh's like a great actor.
Right.
Just all around. And then Daisy Ridley did good. Mm-hmm. It's good that she can...
Johnny Depp.
It's not just Star Wars. Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, it's like there's all kinds of people.
Yeah, and it's like when... Like, I got really fucking sick seeing that first trailer for this movie. But, you know, you think about it, you're like, okay, they're stopped. And they're going to figure out, you know, who killed who. It's like, how do you make that interesting for a whole movie? I mean, it's not the entire movie, but...
It's a good bit.
You know, it's like, man, they kept it very, very intriguing somehow. It's like, yeah, I mean, it had a very... I thought it, like, nailed the ending. I think it was good. I mean, you could have maybe seen it coming, like, the way it got resolved,
yeah,
you could say. But at the same time, I didn't fully see it coming. I was like, all right,
yeah,
cool. You know? I
love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is good. This might be my favorite soundtrack this year. It's up there, at least. I'm just like, oh. It was really good.
Yeah. It's a fantastic movie. I want more people to watch it. I hope they make another one.
Murder on the Nile.
His character, yeah.
Murder on the Nile. He can get a bunch of other actors to come in and play a bunch of roles without, you know.
Yeah.
You get like all the pairings that go with that. So like you can get John Boyega, Luke Evans. You know, if you can flip flop any 2 actors, put them in there. Who's a good opposite Johnny Depp type actor? Orlando Bloom. He's not doing much. Mm-hmm. Both Pirates and Lord of the Rings are done, so he's not doing anything.
Yeah. Opposite Johnny Depp.
That's an interesting question. Like,
that's an interesting question because there's not really
Michelle Pfeiffer's in there, so Michael Keaton. Then again, I'm just thinking Batman. It's my main reason going there. No, put Danny DeVito in it. Yeah, Danny DeVito. He can play Penguin again. Because fucking why not?
Yeah. John Boy, you know, Daisy Ridley is really good in this movie, and this movie is doing well for this sort of type of movie. Not lighting the fucking box office on fire, but it did well its opening weekend. The theater we were in was packed.
Yeah.
It was one of the smaller theaters, but still, it's good to see that it was packed at 3 o'clock on
a week after it came out.
Right. So that's good. And so at least this movie's doing well, but John Boyega did Detroit and The Circle, and both of those movies fucking popped.
Well, he's barely... Is he in The Circle? He's barely in that.
I don't know.
He's in like 15 minutes.
Really?
He's barely...
I mean, he's got Pacific Rim coming up. I'm sure that'll do alright.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb action.
You got big robots smashing shit. People like watching that shit.
Yeah. That's how Transformers lived for so long.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
and it'll also be in a little movie that's coming out later this year called Last Jedi. So I mean,
Just a little bit.
A little indie film
Mm-hmm.
made by a small company with a very small budget.
We're less than a month away now.
Yeah.
I think the closer we get, the more excited I get.
If you were wondering, and I chose not to watch, if you're wondering what my little outburst was, I get notifications sometimes on my phone, and there's a new Star Wars trailer that just came out.
I ain't watching it.
I saw that, and
Send it to Luke.
I sent I will.
Luke,
I'll
watch
do
it.
it. I'll do it like.
Yeah,
I'll do it right after.
just make sure you send him like the YouTube link because it won't say anything like Star Wars The Last Jedi. Really,
I'll do it. I'll do it as soon as we hit stop on this video. I'll do it.
Yeah,
like immediately.
Well, thanks for watching and listening. Spread the word. Almost 2,000. That'd be cool to hit by the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's only 9 of you that we need.
Well, not of you, because hopefully you already subscribed.
Just make fake accounts. It'll make us feel better.
Yeah. Yep. Bye.